Supporters of medical marijuana are celebrating this morning after a decision by the nation's largest association of physicians. The American Medical Association has decided to ask the federal government to reconsider its classification of marijuana as a dangerous drug and to call for more research. KTLA's Marie Mortera is live with more on what this means and who it affects. Marie.
Well, Frank, you just said it. Certainly more research, more testing. We're standing outside of a dispensary here in West Hollywood, and I want to point out a sticker there at the door. It says marijuana is medicine. Well, the AMA says they can't come to a conclusive answer on that unless more testing is done. However, patients we spoke to say they don't need any proof. Ted Sutton, the actor, has many voices.
Your hardcore commie drinks vodka. That's what he drinks. And not without good reason.
But this voice shakes.
The medication that they give you to treat you for cancer is far more difficult than the disease.
The voice of Ted Sutton, the prostate cancer survivor, when he recalls his fight against the disease. He had no desire to eat. He was depressed. He was searching for something else. That's when his doctor recommended medicinal marijuana.
Other people were asking me, what happened? Did you book a job? Well, why? What's up with you? And it just took a lot of weight off. It just did. It made me feel like I was normal again. It's a miracle.
Yeah. Huh.
A miracle is what Annika Marinelli was looking for when her chronic pain from an internal scar couldn't be relieved by dozens of over-the-counter painkillers, pills, and injections. So in her 40s, she tried cannabis.
I didn't have the pain. I didn't realize how much tension I carried in that area until I had some cannabis and it just released it. And it's a godsend.
Like mother, like daughter, Christian Noel is no stranger to prescription medications because of a disorder she developed as a young child. Now, a grown woman, she has tearfully painful menstrual cramps, and to help, a strong dose recommended by her doctor. But
I would give it to her, but I really didn't like the idea of giving her something that was so highly addictive. So I like to know that I'd have the option if she starts to feel that way.
For Jason McLeod, there was no other option.
I only smoked to get normal.
He has a severe joint disorder that's left him hurting and with a different physique.
At one point I was 6'6". Now I'm like 6'1". So I've lost about, 4 or 5 inches right there.
And with strong medications, lost focus. He was always home, unemployed, and surviving on government aid. That is, until he found medical marijuana.
And a lot of people say, you get, you only smoke to get high. You only work here because you want to get high. I only smoke to get normal.
And normal is being with other medicinal marijuana users like him. That's why his work is, coincidentally, at a dispensary.
I do feel like I can still contribute to people. And that's why I do work at a place like this, because I do have the same issues as a lot of the patients do.
Different people, different reasons. Common link, cannabis. So just yesterday, once again, the AMA has changed its mind on where it stands on medical marijuana and actually adopted a report that says medical marijuana relieves pain for some patients. However, the AMA says they are not endorsing any legislation, just pushing for more research. Frank, certainly not the last time we will be hearing about this issue. That story here from West Hollywood. Back to you there in the studio.